What's up, dudes? It's Michael, and on today's podcast, we're talking about trying. Yes, the part of having a baby that is supposed to be the most enjoyable, the most pleasurable, and the most fun part, when actually it may turn into the most stressful part, a part that feels like a job, that causes you a little more stress and a little more pressure on yourself. And if you've been trying for 1 month or 2 years, we feel you. It's a process that is a lot harder than you think. There's a lot of windows and peeing on strips and other strips and everything in between. We kind of dive into that. We also talk about our live Q&A calls that we're starting to host. If you have not yet, go ahead and get signed up for those on our website. So without any further ado, let's get to today's pod.
Dad!
Daddy-o! Dad!
It's a lot of lights, Dad.
You fathers will understand.
I told you he was an awesome dad.
What's up, dudes? Welcome back to Doodla. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
And today, John, we are in the mountains. If you are watching on YouTube or if you're listening and you hear a little background noise, we've got Dillon Amphitheater right behind us. We've got the mountains behind us. We're in Dillon, Colorado. On a little
Concert
retreat.
is full blown right behind us.
We got Young and the Giant back there. So if you're a Young and the Giant fan, you may pick up a little bit of that. But we tested before. It sounded okay.
You should hear us just fine.
We should be good to go.
So if you are watching, enjoy the last few minutes of sunset.
Yeah, it's going to be killer. You missed the pinks of the sky, but that was just for us. Now you just kind of get the ends of the sunset. So
what are we doing up here in Dillon?
we are up here because Viv, John's wife, owns a wedding planning business, and she has a wedding. My wife is her assistant. So John and I were on full dad duty today while the girls were working a wedding, making a little extra money for us, and just kind of killing it on the other side. So we got to roles were reversed a little bit today, John.
Absolutely. It was so fun. We took the girls. We spent pretty much the entire day outside going to different parks and stuff. And
3 parks to be
three
exact.
different parks.
And we threw rocks into the lake. So we taught them what
throw
guys
rocks?
do.
Just
You go
throw
to a
rocks.
body of water and you throw a rock into it because that's what we do.
They had a lot of fun. It was great. Lots of giggles, lots of smiles.
Yeah.
And we got some pictures.
We got some pictures and a very limited amount of tears. It was really when moms left, it was like, yo, what are we doing? You're leaving us with that. And we did it.
They did just fine.
And the funny thing, today we got a couple comments from people about like, thank you so much for what you guys are doing. It's like, listen, man, this is what dads do.
This is the gig.
This is it.
Yeah, there was one woman that looked at us and just like, I just can't say thank you enough for what you're doing. As if we were making some massive
big
sacrifice.
sacrifice. Like, I wanted to take my kids to the park.
Literally.
It's a
Like,
blast.
what are you talking about? This is a fun day.
Yeah.
This is dad day.
Yeah, we had a picnic at the park. And yeah, Wally fell off a couple of things. And
Yeah.
we were good
She
to go.
rolled with it. She rolled with it.
Yeah, we were good to go. But so we're out of the studio. We're outside. Looks like we're set up for NBA post game here with the lights coming on us because it's going to get a little dark after the girls went to bed and we ate dinner. But that's just what you do, John.
It's
Roll with
exactly
the
right.
punches, right?
So, as we say, we're rolling with the punches. We are in this kind of recapping who we are as Doodla. We went through kind of the pillars of what do we stand for, what do we focus on as dads, and we are kind of taking a little bit of a pivot. Going to talk about something totally different today, and it's actually, it could be a little awkward for some people, could be a little fun for some people, but today we are actually going to be talking to you dads to be, whether you have kids or not, if you're the dad that is going to be trying to have another baby. So we're talking trying today.
The birds and the bees, John.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
The birds and the bees. And, the birds and the bees are a lot of fun, but there are some times that the birds and the bees have to work a little harder. And it feels a little more like work than it does fun. And sometimes that may be the mindset when you are trying for a kid. If you struggle for a little while, if you are not one of the lucky few that do get pregnant within like the first month or two, there are a lot of different emotions that go on during that time.
For sure. Now, when you and Abs were trying for Riley, like, how long were you trying?
Yeah, it was about 6 months.
6 months.
6, 7, 8 Abigail says 8, but it was more 6. Like
6 or 7.
Yeah, you kind of have, and like what people don't realize is how small that window actually is.
The fertile window?
Yes, dude. It's literally, you have like a 3-day window.
3 days.
And
3
if
days.
you're not, if you are trying, here is one thing that I would encourage you to do is get those little strips, ovulation strips. Have your wife pee on them all the time.
Yeah. Kind of gets you a map, a lay of the
Yeah, and
land.
it
You
takes
know
the
when the
guessing
best
game out
days
of it.
are. Yeah.
So yeah, that.
When during that 6 months, like when did it start to feel a little more difficult or maybe a little bit more like work?
Well, and I think, I don't know, you guys were kind of on the same, you guys took a couple months too, and with your first one, you get to a point where you're like, am I going to be able to do this? Because there are people, that do struggle and maybe are not able to do that. So like that doubt starts creeping into your head probably 3 months, right? Like after you have a couple, good sessions in there, you go back, you look at the tape, you review the film, see what you can do better the next time.
Amen.
And
What do you think we have these lights for?
And so it's, after that, you kind of are like, well, are we going to be able to do this?
Yeah.
And it's just a very different feeling where you have to plan it out. I'm not against planning out time with your wife at all. Like, I think as life gets busier, it's probably a good thing to like try and do. But
Scheduled sex?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I think that's a huge piece that beyond trying, like finding a way. It's not romantic at the beginning, but then it sort of it becomes romantic because it's like, no, Thursday night is sexy time.
Yep. And you
you can make more of it.
Make it, right? Like you have to make it special.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
because you both know you're on the same page without
Correct.
having to talk about
exactly. And that's kind of what happens with trying, right? Like you can get into your head and be like, this is a job. And it's not fun. It's not pleasurable. It's, it gets in your head and it's harder. Or you just lean into it. And yeah, it may take a little longer because there is like a pressure on the guy, right?
Yeah.
You and I were talking about before we started this, like the guy is, you are the star of the show.
The
Like,
star of the show, man.
If you don't perform, no baby.
Yeah.
And because your
that
wife
could be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, your wife doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Because it's just there.
Yeah.
You got to shoot the shot, man.
Yeah. So, for dads that are maybe having a few months under their belt of trying, I'm sure there are many dads that can relate to that feeling of like, okay, it's not only become kind of a scheduled thing. I know when the ovulation window is, but now the pressure's on and life goes on too, right? Like work gets heavy.
Totally. Yeah.
Like stress and family and travel and all the things still go on with life. So even if you got a full plate outside of the bedroom, like you got to come home and
you got to make it happen, dude.
Yeah.
And that's where you have to communicate with your wife of like, hey, if we're going to do this tonight, this is what we have to do. And this is like, I need this or I need that, or like, let's try this.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully your wife is kind of open-minded on that.
Yeah.
And, because, hopefully she wants a baby as much as you do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's kind of the quick and dirty on this thing, right? And we'll dive into it a little bit more, but you also, had to wait and try, and you guys were up in Wisconsin before you were moving back,
Yep.
and I know our wives talked about it a lot, but guys don't really talk.
We really didn't talk a whole lot
we
about
don't.
it.
You don't really talk about it.
No.
Which is not
a bummer.
okay. It's not okay, right? Like, I mean, we still are going through it, and having someone close to you that you can talk to and just like even say like, yo, this is hard.
And this is what we're going through.
Yeah.
This is where we're at.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I feel fortunate, honestly. We did try for about 5 months, but neither of us felt this crazy pressure. And I think that's a gift. I don't know if that's
Definitely
the case
is.
for everyone. We made the most of it. We just tried to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
During those windows, Viv was using the strip, so we knew when those fertile times were the best, best odds. We made the whole night of it. Like we would flip out the sheets to to silk sheets, and they're black, by the way.
These guys.
And
We did
like, but like,
Yeah.
When you knew that tonight's
Yeah.
the night, we just pulled out all the stops and
Totally.
said tonight's the night. We're
Yep,
gonna have fun, a lot of fun with it.
Yep.
And it is actually really funny. The girls ended up being conceived on Leap Day of all days, so on
Extra
February
day.
29th, extra day, and
extra
we got an
day.
extra baby.
Extra day for exactly 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, there you go.
welcome
So
to
if
Leap
you're
Day.
trying in the coming years, when's the next Leap Day?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I think it's 2028,
Okay, so we got
February.
We got 2 more Februarys.
Yeah, so just throwing that out there.
Yeah,
It's
get
good
ready
deed.
for February 29th, 2028, and
But-
maybe that's when you guys go again.
Maybe. I don't know, man. I'm enjoying the toddler stage a lot more than that newborn
That's fair.
stage.
That's fair.
It's been a lot more fun. But all of it is special. And I did find you had mentioned, like, you got to communicate through the process. That's what's going to make the difference. I found the communication that we put in place during this trying season actually created, I think, a more healthy sex life after babies.
Yes. Well, and I think you learn more about each other too during the process of like what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
Because you have to know what works. And if it's you come home from a long day at work, you got to be a little selfish and be like, hey, like if we're going to do this, this is what we need to do to, for us to have a successful go
For
at
sure.
this, right?
For sure.
And you kind of have to, it's like a weird mindset switch.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to do that.
Because I think it's tough as the guy, at least in our culture. It feels like you're not allowed to really ask for what
Totally.
you want.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you're called dirty or
Mhm.
or odd or
Yeah.
you're a weird one out
Yeah.
for having whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Whereas during this time, it's like, no, it's we kind of got to do
Yeah.
what works for me.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
Like we can always buy some lube
Yep.
if you're not in the
Yeah.
mood.
Yep.
And you may not get all the way across the finish line, but I better if
Yeah,
we need this to happen.
If we come up short of the finish line, no baby.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So, what would you say, as you think about your experience and other dads, like what are some of the like pitfalls or what are some of the like common things where guys go astray, where they get it wrong, where maybe they do more harm than good during this time?
yeah, I mean, I think you getting into your own head and not internalizing that of like, if you have a night where you're not able to perform or get there or whatever, like then that's in your head going forward, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, like it's okay.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw gave up some home runs and had bad games. LeBron James did not score double digits in every single game. Like you look at and like people have off nights and like things go on and so it's okay.
Yeah,
And
it is.
But then you have to again communicate with your wife and be like, hey, this wasn't like a you thing. This was all me, and it just not tonight. And it just
It's a heavy blow, though, right? Like
yeah,
to
it is
say,
because
like,
you feel like you missed one of the 3 days, man.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're letting your wife down. And I think that's the biggest. I think that's the hardest part is you don't want to let your wife down because if you are on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 12th month of trying, you have these expectations. It's like, okay, we gotta do it right now.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to do it, then it's like, awesome. Well,
Yeah. Do you think that there's like a strategy that maybe would work for a dad trying where it's like, hey, you've got an ovulation window, it's a few days long. On the first night, don't put any pressure on yourself.
Yep.
Make sure it's fun. Make sure you do something that you guys enjoy together. Maybe the pressure gets amped up as you get closer to the end of the ovulation window. So maybe you get into a little bit more of like, no, we're going to get straight to business.
Yep.
Straight to whatever, turns me on.
Yep.
And we're going to, like, is there a strategy in play?
Abigail and I, like, we had a couple different ones where it was like, okay, tell me when it is. And then there was like, no, don't, like, I don't want to know, like, the exact day. And it was like, just kind of give me a ballpark. But, like, you're smart enough. You're able to figure it out. Like, it's
for sure.
math, man. Like, it's not hard. But I think the strategy is, like, giving yourself time.
Yeah.
And if you guys are short on time, like, figure out what's good for you and go. But like giving yourself time to build up to things and figuring out what works for you. Like, I mean, I think some people are like, no, I want to know when it is so I can like mentally prepare, and maybe you're able to build work a different way where those, you're not on those days. And
Yeah,
you're able
finishing
to
a project early
you're
or
able
something.
to prioritize those days. If you're
Or
not
take a half day.
Yeah, if you're not able to do that, then it's like, okay, well, if you have kids and it's okay, maybe we plan some babysitters around that, or let's use our morning time more productively, or whatever that looks like. So
Gotta love that morning time.
yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes that's the best time.
Agreed.
Because then you're not tired from
Well,
the day, right?
there's a lot of biological evidence to show, like for men, oftentimes mornings are the best time.
Yeah.
It's when your T levels are at their highest. It's when your energy levels
Yep.
peak, and like testosterone is what's working for you. So there's a lot of evidence to be shown, and it's probably worth it if you're in the middle of this and you're not having success to do a little bit of research about what works for your body. I've even had some friends say, like, yeah, I went and got my testosterone levels tested and made sure that I changed my diet in this way so that I was actually feeling healthier.
And I think you have to make sure you don't read in to every single thing, too.
Totally,
Right?
totally.
Like, there's so many things of like, oh, well, you shouldn't eat watermelon. You shouldn't eat cashews. You shouldn't drink. It's like, like, calm down. Give yourself a little time. And then if you get to, you and your wife come up with like, hey, if we're at 8 months and we haven't done, we're still trying and we haven't been successful. Like, okay, maybe we need to try something different.
Totally. On that note, I do think it's worth noting, worth just talking about. Your wife is about to go through, as soon as things are successful, the most insane physical transformation she's ever going to go through. And I've heard it said, like, hey, if she gives up her body for a year, the least you could do is prepare your body.
Mm-hmm.
And some say prepare your body for as long as she's going to be. And so it's like, I think maybe saying I need to get in the best shape of my life for the 9 months prior to, that's maybe a little exaggerative, but the principle I think stands that, like, hey, if things are not successful, maybe it is time to look at your diet, cutting out smoking, cutting out booze, like doing as best you can to be as healthy as you can, working on like your mental health, your strength, like your stress levels.
Totally.
All of those things play into your own health,
Absolutely.
which absolutely play into fertility.
Yes.
And so being willing to say, hey, I'm going to, for the next several months, like really get clean on my diet and get strict on my workout regimen and focus in because I want to be as healthy as I can. That's really powerful. And I will say, I went through kind of a similar evolution during that time, during pregnancy too, of being like, I want to be at a really good place. And you feel good as a dad going into fatherhood, being like, I'm actually in better shape than I was before I had a baby. And I'm eating better than I was. And I'm drinking less than I was. And those things kind of culminate and they create in you a sense of like, oh, I'm prepared to be a dad.
Yeah, and there are a lot of those studies that, like, my parents have a hot tub. When I lived with them,
No hot tubs.
No, seriously, hot tubs are like the one thing that everybody says like don't do because it kills your sperm for like 3 months. So if you're a hot tubber, stay away from those. And like there are just things that are, like you said, working out and cutting out booze and smoking and just like there are things that will help with that aren't that big of a sacrifice
for a period
not
of time,
that long, right? And it will make you feel better, like you said. That will help your mental side as well, because that's a huge piece of this. A huge piece of this is those 8 inches right between your freaking ears, man. That they get into your head of, can I, is this going to work for us? After you have a couple, negative tests. And another thing you have to be ready for, that this is something that I did not do a very good job of, was the disappointment that your wife may feel with the negative tests time and time again. where
Even if it's not, like, in the grand scheme of things, that long.
totally
Like 6 months is not that long.
No.
And then, but it feels long, man. If you're trying.
Yeah. And there was one time where she took an early pregnancy test and told me that it was negative, and I'm like, oh, bummer. And it was early in the morning, and I like left to go work out and get ready for work, and that night she was like, hey, it really bummed me out that you didn't console me more. And I was like, I thought this was an early one. Like, I didn't realize that this was like the final answer. She's like, well, it's like 95% true. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't realize that. Like, I thought this was just you being excited, and it's like, could be right, could be wrong, don't know. And it was just like, oh, this one was negative. Okay, well, we'll take it again in like 3 days.
Yeah.
And the one with Riley, tough. I was on a golf trip at Bandon Dunes for work. It was a work trip.
Tough job you live.
It was like one of the best 4-day trips that I've ever been on. And Abigail, we'd been trying for seven months at that point. And Abigail had to throw my sister a baby shower for her first kid, and they got married after us and started trying after us.
Oh, it's tough.
And so it was just a tough.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was very
comparison
tough.
and
that
missing
morning,
out and all that.
she got the morning of the baby shower, she got a negative test, and was just in like a horrible headspace. And meanwhile, I'm
having a great weekend.
Yeah, some of the best golf courses in the world, and I just wasn't as probably there as I probably should have, and like I've learned. But then that was a false negative. So then 3 days later, her cycle hadn't started, and she took another one, and
boom,
there were the 2 lines.
Let's go.
And so like and that's where like it's so hard to know, man. And then also you can have this 4-day window, and like we've done this of like, okay, let's, we have this 4-day window. Okay, we're gonna focus on it and really focus on like day 2, 3, and 4. And if we have to book something that week, like day 1 is where like that's where we're gonna sacrifice. Well, there was another. She ovulated like 3 days early, so we completely like missed the window.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing's a scam.
It's a crapshoot.
If we're being honest, like you're relying on the human body doing. It's
a cycle.
It's a clock, but it's not like the most accurate clock in the world.
Which I think as a dad, it's just a good reminder that you and your partner, like your job is to support her as much as you can. I don't know if it means ride the emotional wave of like consoling and being heartbroken every single time, and the moment you get a positive, I think more important than riding the emotions of it is being her steady like support system.
100%. And like you may be in the total opposite boat where you're the one that is like riding on this pregnancy test. And like when it comes back negative, you're the heartbroken one, and your wife's kind of like, bummer.
We'll do it
again next month.
Yeah.
And like I feel you on that.
Yeah.
And like this isn't a one way of like guys only need to feel this one way. Like you are allowed and should be so excited, and also be gutted when it's not happening.
Yeah.
Because it is hard. Like we have friends that have a hard time and may not be able to have kids, and I truly do not know what that's like, and I feel so deeply for you guys. People who we had a friend in our small group who they had tried for 3 years. Yeah. And they finally just had a kid, and it was like the coolest thing. So like if you are trying, keep going, man. Like God's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if you are supposed to have a kid, like he is going to you will have a kid, right? It's just a waiting game, and it's a hard waiting game, because then you have the people around you, and it's starting to have, create their families and their kids, and you have to be excited for them, but then you come home and you're just gutted with it, and it's a very hard thing to be excited for somebody when you yourself are hurting so much for that exact same thing.
Yeah.
And there are people out there who literally don't want one or, whoops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And it's like,
Yep.
how is this fair? And like, it's not,
It's not
man.
fair.
And I'm sorry if you are on the not fair piece of it.
Yet the connection between you and your partner can be truly some
Yeah.
of the most incredible like months of your relationship.
Yep.
Where you truly are taking something that is quite impossible.
It's crazy, dude.
Like,
the whole process
the
is
in-
crazy.
It is a miracle
Yeah.
that it can happen. It is more of a miracle that it happens by accident.
Yes.
Because you put all the science together.
Yeah.
We've got 30 apps that tell us exactly what minute would be best
Yep.
to make the deposit.
Yeah.
And
Shout out Josh Mackey.
and yet it doesn't work a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And so, all that to be said, like leaning in on your relationship, leaning in on your like who you guys are is so special to like let that be the focus for a period. I think it was tempting to only dream about what we were going to be like as parents.
Yeah.
And I think Viv and I did a really good job at trying to curb those temptations, like curb that dreaming a little bit to say, I know that you're going to be an incredible mom, whether it's now or whether
Yeah.
it's in years from now. But right now, today, I love who you are
Yeah.
for these reasons.
Yep.
I desire you for these reasons. And we, as a unit, are incredibly strong right now.
Yep.
And if you're a family and you've already got kiddos, but you're trying for another one, like right now, who you are as you are is incredible and a gift and special and worth celebrating
Yeah.
and being excited about the future.
Yeah.
So I think it's this hard line, and I do think dads do get to set the tone for like how to hold all of it.
Yeah.
But my advice is not to hold it alone.
No, absolutely.
And to surround yourself with other dads, like you had mentioned earlier, have somebody to share it with, have somebody to be honest with, and be willing to like ask questions and ask for help and try new things as you're in the middle of the process.
And if you don't have somebody, like, that's what we're here for,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Like, we both, we didn't go 2 years, but like we both went through a period of time of like the waiting and the trying, and we know what it's like. And we were on the later end of some of our friends having kids and starting families and seeing that. And both of our wives, especially mine, took it hard during this. And like, so if you need someone to talk to and you don't have that, shoot
Call
us a
us.
voicemail, call us,
Truly.
like hop on one of our calls, shoot us an email, like.
What are some of the ways? Go over that again.
Yeah, so we've got our monthly calls that we're doing right now, a Tuesday and a Thursday. You can see that on our website. Go and just sign up for those classes. It's $5 to get access to those a month.
Join the Spit Up Society. It's really easy on our website.
Or you can leave us a voicemail. There's a tab on the side of our website, newly built by Mr. Mulhern over here, and it looks great. But you can leave us a voicemail of just, if you just need to vent, if you have a quick question, whatever it is that you just want to talk to us, and we will get back to you on that side. Or you can just shoot us an email at dude@thedudeloco.com.
And we're always active on social media too.
Yeah,
so
100%.
feel free to
Shoot
send
us a
us
message.
DM.
But we're there for you, man. Like, that's the point of
That's
this.
literally why we're here. Is we want to see you guys be the best dads that you possibly can be, and it starts with trying to be a dad.
Correct. And exactly. Like, the pre-dad part is such an important piece of that, because you're building your foundation of who you're going to be, and you get to see how you're able to support your wife through maybe some tough times. And you may be like, okay, I'm going to mentally prepare for this, and bang, you're in it. Well, we've got plenty of other stuff for you.
Yeah, we got
there.
lots of other things.
But don't let it take the joy and the connection out of what you're doing.
Yeah,
Sex is awesome, man.
It is.
Keep
It
it
truly
that
is.
way.
Keep it that way.
Keep sex awesome. Maybe that needs to be our new tagline.
For today, that's our tagline. Keep sex awesome, y'all.
Well, I think we kind of hit all of it on there. We can talk on this for a long time. And we'll, I think it would be a good thing for us to do it with our wives and get the female perspective, because there is a total different side to that. And listen, guys, girls are confusing. Their body is confusing. Their mind's confusing. They are confusing individuals. And
There's no manual.
No, and it doesn't help, because you think you have the manual on this app and it just changes.
Yep.
So you're allowed to be confused and not know exactly what's going on, but just try and be as present and supportive as you can.
Agreed. Well, this has been awesome. We always end our podcasts with a rapid fire. Pew, 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 pew. So, sometimes there are opportunities to have a rapid fire. Mike, quick rapid fire question for you. Where is your favorite place that you've ever done the deed?
I mean, our honeymoon was pretty freaking awesome. We also had when we were pregnant with Riley, we got a cool cabin up in Glacier National Park. Cool little A-frame.
Cool.
It's a good spot.
Sounds awesome.
Throw it back at you.
Oh, yeah. Dude, mine was, we did this thing in Peru where we had to hike up 1,000 feet vertical, and then we spent the night in this pod hanging out over literally this cavern in beautiful view. Had to do it up there.
Yeah,
It was incredible.
I'm scared of heights, so I may have had some.
We ziplined down the next morning.
I may have had some issues up there with the heights.
So good.
Don't know if I could have performed
Fair enough.
at my highest.
Well, in honor of the concert that's going hard right behind us, what's your favorite concert you ever been to?
I am not a massive music guy. I love Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors. That was Abigail and I's first dance. Like them a lot. But we went to Gregory Alan Eisenkopf and the Colorado Symphony.
Oh, cool.
Which is my wife's favorite. So part of it was just getting to see her be super excited about seeing this concert. But it was awesome.
Yeah.
We were in this super small kind of intimate venue that it's very good.
Yeah, truly.
But, concerts, this is a hot take. Take shots at me if you want. I think concerts are overrated.
They're
man.
coming for you, man.
I could have a speaker playing the same thing right now, and I wouldn't be standing next to 50 sweaty people and getting a beer spilled on me. And another hot take 2, openers suck. If they're going to be openers, if the show starts at 7, have the openers start at 5. So the person I'm coming to see starts at 7.
You heard it here first, folks.
So take your shots
email
at
him
me. Take your shots at me. But that's how I feel about concerts.
So
I like them when I'm there, but I also get just stressed when it's 9 o'clock and it hasn't started yet. So,
hey, fair enough. To each his own, my friend.
But people say the same thing about going and watching a sporting event when it's negative 4 degrees outside, watching the Denver Broncos lose. So, but I would love to go do that. So that's just the way it goes.
Agreed.
It's the way of the road.
Love it, man. Well, thanks so much for being honest, sharing what it's like to try.
Yeah.
And
keep trying out there.
Keep trying.
Practice makes perfect, everybody. Never, ever say no to practice. Talking about practice?
Practice.
We're talking about practice, man.
Love it.
See you
Awesome.
later.
See you on the next one.
Dad!
Daddy-o! Dad!
It's a lot of lights, Dad.
You fathers will understand.
I told you he was an awesome dad.